sun's coming up, the drinks are hot, and now it's time for our first cup. Today, diagnosis. Yesterday, former President Joe Biden announced that he's dealing with a very aggressive form of prostate cancer. And so this morning, I want to share with you a practice I've incorporated into my life for whenever I see someone get put on the clock, as it were. I'd like to reflect on some of the lessons that I learned from when my own father was diagnosed and eventually died from cancer. The first one of those is treat the living as if they are living, not as if they are dying. This is really important and powerful advice. And the way in which I originally encountered it was the way to treat the person who's got the diagnosis, right? The person who's going through the change, the person who's ultimately facing death, who's on the clock, right? But it turns out that treat the living as if they are living, not as if they are dying, doesn't just apply to people who have a diagnosis, who are facing a big change, who know that there is something temporal or terminal in their immediate future. It turns out it's for us too, those of us without the diagnosis, those of us who aren't facing the change, those of us who don't have to immediately deal with whatever. It's a reminder that we have choice, we have motion, we have some degree of freedom in ourselves, in our thoughts, in our bodies, and that we should use it while we can. The second lesson that I want to reflect on today is just find something small to take joy in, right? It took me decades to learn this effectively, but it's some of the best advice I think I've gotten as an adult. For me, it's a hot drink in the morning. This kind of stems from a practice that I got into where when I was taking my dad to radiation therapy, they had a drink bar, right? And so they had coffee and tea, and then of course my dad's preferred drink, Swiss Miss hot chocolate. Something about those tiny ass marshmallows that were in the package just gave him so much joy. And I recommend that you find something like that as well. Small things, things that don't require a whole lot of input or insight, just something that's there that you can do, that you can be, and that you can have. I guess the third thing is to really just remember that you don't have to wait for massive change or massive pain. You don't have to be facing anything really in order to start treating yourself like you're alive, in order to find the small things that you enjoy in life. Because I'll tell you one thing, it's really hard to begin these practices once you're facing a diagnosis. But please remember, no matter what you've heard or what I've said, death comes for us all. And a closed mouth never gets fed. Take care of yourselves. Treat yourselves as if you are living. And we'll speak again soon.